My time what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm white that it might lose, considering the cost, had to give them my dues. Never got to talk to it like
nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Panthers have recovered. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Deion Jones. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Caught left side by Cobb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2nd and 10, it's Ryan again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead, it falls down incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He's going to get it running right. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, here's Newton. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
20.
Newton on 1st down. Funches has it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly.
Meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play.
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
After the interception, here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Blitz! Hey, let's go!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Set.
From the 50, Newton. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give them a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Gun.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Ryan now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Gun.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hey, Tuesday.
Play action. It's Ryan. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Ryan on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Gun.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. On the move to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Now Ryan. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. They're starting to put some space.
Before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st down, Ryan. Dancing to his left. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Shotgun.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. And a little floater there is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan will throw again. It's complete. Hooper. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. The Panthers are going to take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go out. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the 3rd quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Come on now.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. From the gun, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Completes it to Moncrief, left side. Touchdown, Falcons! Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. Newton now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Going deep for Moncrief. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On second down, Freeman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
20.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is brought in at the 21. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go. Ready. 280. Gun. 39.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10, Newton again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Buying time to his left. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore with his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Ryan on second down. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Newton. Flush to his right. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 19 yards there on the pickup. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. From the gun, Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Pick up there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And he knocks it through. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton caught left side by Funchess. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Third and 2, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He finds an opening past the 40. He completes it to Jones. And all the way up to the 46. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, Ryan. His throw incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Now Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A strong running. Yeah, he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing here, Newton. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Come on now.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Carolina, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week.